The U.S. housing market facing its biggest headwind. Hey everybody, Scott Walters, buckle up, strap in. We got a hard-hitting, pull no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows, no sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpack today. Welcome to the show. I hope you're all doing great. Job losses are spiking. The jobs that we're adding are mainly government jobs or service sector part-time jobs. This thing is going sideways right in front of our eyes. And this is the front end, my friends, of a recession. These are recessionary pains, recessionary warning signs that are now displaying themselves. Where will they trickle into? Of course, the housing market. I've talked about this, friends. We've talked about this in great detail. People poured into a bubble at the height of the biggest bubble ever witnessed in history. 40% appreciation in real estate. That's unheard of. You know how many years it typically takes to see 40% appreciation occur in the real estate market? Tens, if not 20 years to see anything like 2 years. We had this in 2 years, but it was organic growth, Scott. It was organic. No, it wasn't. It was unorganic growth. It was stimulus driven. It was the money dump. And the byproduct, runaway inflation. And we now have the two-headed monster, risen interest rate environment. It's out of its cage. It ain't going back in. We're in a world of trouble. So the air is clearly coming out of the balloon, and we've talked about this. Who benefited during the crisis? The white collar industry. Anybody like me in the markets, tech industry, they benefited. Who suffered? Blue collar industry. Service sector workers, blue collar workers. They suffered. Now what's happened? The flip. So what jobs are going away? You guessed it, the white collar job, the high wage earners. And the job reports that you're looking at, they don't differentiate between the two. We are adding service sector, blue collar jobs are government jobs only. Everybody else firing and laying off their workers. The fuse has been lit. It's really almost challenging on one hand, right? Because you go down a rabbit hole with these videos as you do your economic forecasting, right? Throw a dart at an economic challenge map. We're being threatened. We're being threatened as we speak. But here's the thing I want to remind everybody of today. This is what happens to the U.S. housing market. For people that poured into the height of the bubble, they are the most exposed, obviously. And this is why I've warned about the dreaded bubble buyer, FOMO factory, new home developments, because everybody in those are bubble buyers. That's where the concentration of foreclosures will obviously occur. And they're in a race against the clock, these builders. They're still under construction. We're about to deliver, I think, what was it? A 50-year high in apartment buildings under construction, not even delivered, in a declining rental market and already a fractured commercial real estate climate. Commercial real estate is taking a nosedive, and it's all tied to what? The banks. The banks are ultra exposed with what? Toxic debt. The loans, these low interest rate environment loans, are now penalizing the banks because they're not supplying any earnings that can help them weather the storm. So one of the things you have to understand right now, my friends, is we are at basically the razor's edge with the jobs. The job situation, in my opinion, it's flatlining or best. Any jobs being added aren't worth anything that are enough to save the economy. And if we lose the economy, we lose the U.S. housing market. I've talked about this so many times. One's going to go first, either the economy or the housing market, but they will be close behind because you can't lose one and not lose the other. And what we're seeing right now, friends, is the front end of this. And that's why I've always been so adamant. And even as a real estate, somebody who loves real estate, benefits from the euphoria, came to you guys and said, I will put your needs before my own. Nobody was doing that. Nobody. I was ringing the bell. I was sounding the alarm saying bubble behavior. And anytime the market exhibits bubble behavior, it's going to have crash risk. And you were being told the exact opposite with lame things like buy down a rate or date the rate and marry the house. You're married to a depreciated asset if you bought during the crisis. And this is the challenge, my friends. As you lose these dual income households that were required to qualify for the mortgage in the first place, they're gonna start losing jobs. And if your house is no longer worth what you paid for it, how easy is it gonna be to walk away from it? Well, it won't be easy, but it's gonna be a lot easier than it was if it wasn't. If your property's underwater and you're poor, and you're scraping by, and you're going into debt to save a house that ain't worth what you paid for it, that's a bad feeling. How do I know that, you ask? Well, I'll tell you. Firsthand experience. That was me in the last bubble. I bought towards the height. I caught the dreaded falling knife. I watched the house stuck on the market for a year. And then I bought that thing after about a 25% price reduction. It had another 20% coming as I caught that thing, and I made the one cardinal sin I never, ever will do again, and I'm here almost every video preaching this. I didn't see how that property penciled out. I jumped into the euphoria, the FOMO, the herd mentality, and I bought that house without checking its rent range. Because you see, as my income got reduced, as yours and many others will in this next downturn, I didn't check to see what that property would rent for. That's the true value of a home. You want to know the true value of a home. If you don't know what your home would rent for, you should probably know just for kicks and giggles, especially if you bought during the crisis. But I'm pretty sure if you bought during the crisis, you don't know and you're upside down, meaning your house won't rent for its payment, which means you have no other choice to walk away. The banks are going to be getting so many keys under the mat and defaults and walkaways. It's going to be head spinning. Bailouts will be attempted. In final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator. Somebody wants to see you not only win in real estate, win in life. Understand the waters you're swimming in now. Shark infested. Jobs, welcome to the swimming pool. They're going away. They are going away. And this is going to, if you don't fool yourself, this is going to reach right into the good old-fashioned housing market and give it a good old shake-up. Now, Scott Walters will be here to help you guys navigate through it. If you're underwater in your home and it's not worth what you paid for it, and that's just a lot of people. If you bought during the crisis, there's a good chance I'm talking to you today. You might want to see if your agent is still in the industry, and if not, find one that is and see if you can orchestrate a short sale and get in front of this, getting away from the depreciated asset. Otherwise, the only thing you can do is try to weather the storm, and it's going to be very hard to do as a storm is clearly on the horizon. Meantime, I'll be here to blow the lid off it every step of the way, because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to follow me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you need help buying or selling real estate here in America, I have the biggest network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you. It'd be our honor and our privilege to do so. Email in the description for you as well. Also, watch it from your television set today, and you enjoyed this video, you're gonna love the next video, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today, and God bless. I'll see you on the next video.